We are living in a technological age where social media is constantly changing the way we see the world, but also bringing issues of privacy to the forefront more than ever before. Today on the lunch counter, it's social media and you.
Hi, I'm Joey Hushman. I'm one of the owners of the Bedroom Furniture Galleries and the Ashley Furniture Home Store. We employ about 27 people in the town of Cranbrook, most of which are active social media users, including Facebook. And as am I, spend a little bit of time during my day on Facebook as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Zettel, Corporate Communications Officer with the City of Cranbrook. In my role as a communicator each day, I understand the importance and the role of social media in getting out your message, whether it's personal or through business.
Hi, my name's Katie Green. I'm an avid social media user. However, I'm very careful with what I put on Facebook because I don't want my private life to be broadcasted all over Facebook.
I'm addicted. I'm on there a few times a day, and whether I want to or not, I just have to check and see what's happening. I actually go to it for news and that sort of thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You can get news on Facebook.
From your friends. What just happened today? What
Fair
community
enough.
event is on?
Fair enough.
Quite like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, doing what I do, I mean, it's kind of nice to kind of get a sense of what's going on out there. Sometimes you'll hear something that, oh, okay, well, this is new, and that's something mayor and council might need to know, or whatever. Or even myself, like it's.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess I'm a little bit more shallow. Sorry, with my using a little bit. I go on there about twice a day.
Yeah.
It's usually for events like we're involved in a youth group. I'm involved in a youth group, so checking up on events there, and for work as well.
Yeah, we've been using it more for even as a business tool. That has all different ramifications as well.
Yeah.
And lots of pros and cons.
Yeah. Even from a municipal point of view too. I mean, we're starting to dabble a bit in social media. There's lots of municipalities that have them already, but we're still kind of lagging behind a little bit. I think the big concern is privacy, is use, I mean, we're required to keep track of everything we put on it. We have to keep a logical order of everything that we have. So now you're trying to figure out how are you going to do this? How are you going to keep track of all of these things?
Yeah.
How do you, as a business owner, if you've got someone looking for a job or something, do you get to that point where you say, okay, can I do some more research on this person, or where is that?
For us,
line?
we absolutely do look at Facebook profiles. I look every time if there's someone that I'm interested in hiring. I look them up, and it's not that I'm trying to. There's an incriminating picture. I'm just really simply trying to get a feel for that person and see if they're good or not. I mean, I was talking to Katie earlier about an employee that I was a little bit on the fence on, and I looked him up, and he was a great family person and just genuinely looked like a nice person that I think would fit into our business. So it was a helpful tool for me.
Don't put anything on Facebook that you don't want potential employers to see.
I don't really like it. Facebook's too personal.
The privacy invasion's pretty harsh, but if you put on Facebook, it's public property.
I have heard some employers actually ask for passwords and security so they can get right into the account. And I think that's going over the line. I don't even feel comfortable asking somebody for that.
That would be weird.
Could you imagine?
No. Changing your statuses. Why would they need to? I don't know.
But it seems it's some of these larger companies are doing that sort of thing and requiring it now. And I mean, is that? I mean, I don't know the legality of it, or if they're able to actually ask you those things.
Wow. I mean, it makes sense. If you were to say something smack about the company or something, they can just go on there and delete it off. But I don't know. I think it's pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to give my password.
No,
numbers
I wouldn't
at
either.
all.
I mean, I've never been in a position where anybody's asked me for it. So.
Neither have I. Nor would I feel comfortable even asking a person for that information.
Yeah.
I think that when you hire someone, you hire them in good faith, that they're a good person, and they do have their own life and their own interests outside of work. But so either hire people that are a little bit off, or you don't.
Well,
I don't think it's just on Facebook that you're going to realize that. You're going to find that out through other means as well.
Relatively quickly, yeah. Well, I mean, we take a look at the news here. The employee, I can't think of the name of the company up in Edmonton that, went in and, shot some coworkers and those sorts of things, and it sort of came out later that he had some, something that could have been
Avoided.
seen as avoided, and it was on his Facebook. I mean,
Didn't he actually talk about
that's as I understand.
casually shooting or offing someone?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the question is, we're so maybe desensitized that the person's just joking or had a bad day, and so are you really taking that seriously, or so maybe he said stuff like that quite often, and his friends just thought he was kidding around.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, anytime you make a threat like that,
Yeah. I mean, personally for me, if I ever saw something like that, I mean, of course your radar is going to go up and you're like, well, hang on a second, this doesn't quite sound right. But I guess not everybody's the same way. It feels the same. But then you look at, statuses and those sorts of things. Most of the people that you're friends with on Facebook or whatever, I mean, you probably have a pretty good sense of their personalities and sense of humors, and you obviously know, if they're joking or not.
yes.
I don't know. What do you think of that?
Yeah, generally, I agree, actually. You can find, that's what's amazing about Facebook, is, if you're on there a couple times a day and your friends are posting, generally their posts are relatively consistent of what their personality is like.
And I find that Facebook, sometimes people just broadcast everything on Facebook, things that people do not need to know. It's like, you can talk to me about that in private. So, I don't know, I think it's being responsible with Facebook. That's really important.
I certainly know some people who need to be more responsible with what they put on Facebook, and it will probably come back and haunt them for sure.
When you put something on Facebook, you have to expect that everyone can see it.
You almost got to have two, because you got to have one for all your friends so you don't have to worry about that stuff. Then you got to have one where you can keep it professional.
You have to be constantly careful of what you're saying and what you post up there, and thinking about the impact it's going to have on yourself and other people.
But it's nice with Facebook though too, and talking about personal and private and those sorts of things. If people are posting photos of you, if you don't like them, I mean, you've got the option of untagging yourself. You still have some sort of control, which is kind of nice.
True. However, I think I've heard this from a couple people. It's not straight from me, but I've heard that photos that are taken of you and put on Facebook stay on Facebook forever. They're Facebook property. So you can remove your tag, but Facebook can still use them. I've heard that.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
No,
Is it not accurate?
I'm not sure if it is or not.
I think it is.
You think it is?
Yeah,
I don't think you're far off. I seem to recall something in the news here out of the last few months where someone's private photo was used as a Facebook ad somewhere on the Facebook site.
Yep.
I don't recall how that all played out or what happened, but I do remember hearing that. As a business, I mean, do you have any control or say, or do you ask your employees that you are an employee of mine doing these sorts of things, and I need you to represent yourself well, not while you're just at work, but on your own as well, personally? Like, is that something that you can ask an employee?
I don't think you can. I really don't think you can ask that. I think it comes part and parcel. In our business, we're selling furniture, we're in sales. So I think all my team knows that it's not just when you're here. We're in a smaller town, so customers are going to run into you in Safeway, and they're going to talk to you about their mattress and what happened and whether they're sleeping good or not. So I think it's, again, not just a social media thing. It's part and parcel with, if you're representing a company, you are representing that company all the time. At least in our business, I think there's a certain expectation of that. I think in other businesses, you can really be a little bit more cut and dry. I'm at work here, and over here, I'm completely. My personal life is my personal life. It's just part of being a responsible adult. Whether it's on Facebook or whatever you're doing, it's, if you want to be a respected, responsible person in society, how you conduct yourself is important. What did you think about with Facebook? You look at the riots in Vancouver and what happened there, and how the cops used Facebook to catch a lot of those people and do a lot of research. What do you think of them using that?
Again, I guess I kind of go back to the idea. It's a public forum. It's social. It's out there. I think it's fair game. I mean, whether or not they should use it, yeah, that's debatable. That's really debatable, and I'm really torn. I really don't have an answer for that. Part of me thinks it's not a good idea. It's out there. Yes, I understand, but yeah, I mean, it's sort of that ongoing dilemma in your head. It's like, is it or isn't a good thing?
For me, that one's so crystal clear. I think that the police should be using it as a tool. They should be using everything possible. If somebody's committed a crime, I think it's great. I think it's great to be able to have all that evidence, in particular in some cases photographic evidence of people lighting cars on fire. And, you know, they don't have to just go off hearsay. They can actually take that evidence and prosecute that person. And I think it goes a long way. I've had experiences with my business where people just break windows for no apparent reason, you know, or just shame, you know, vandalism. And what people don't understand from a business is a lot of times that somewhat smaller stuff you can't run through insurance, so you're on the hook for $1,000 window. So I think anytime that we can use social media, that's how I feel, but I feel a little more strongly maybe towards.
I can see your point. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
And if the crooks were stupid enough to put that information on there,
then so be it. You pay the
they
price.
should be caught.
That one's a tough one. Personally, I like my privacy, but if I had a friend or if I went missing, I would hope that the police would look out.
As long as there's some people that can oversees what the police is doing and that it's being done in a certain frame.
I think it's wrong, completely wrong.
Have you ever thought about just one day pulling a plug and saying, I'm just not going to do Facebook anymore?
Oh,
So long, all friends.
might happen my first year in Lethbridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, might happen.
I thought about doing that, just posting, I'm on a break. I'll be checking Facebook for this month.
Yeah.
And see if I can actually do it.
That'd be an interesting trial. That'd be fun to try. If you ever decide you want to do that, let me know. I'll try.
Well, you'll see my post.
Yeah,
Yes.